So, I've made another executive decision. It's for two reasons. Number one, I'm not enjoying not having my 470 cloak. I feel like it's kind of dragging down my character's item level, which is at 443, but that 420 cloak is just, I'm looking at that like, oof, you know, and that's on my highest level Alliance character. This is nothing compared to some of my other characters whose item levels are like under 400 because I don't spend time gearing alts because there's other things going on, other things I have to do or deal with, not just other things I want to do in this game, but then there's other games to play, other games to consider recording, and then of course there's real life stuff. So not every single one of my characters is going to be 440 plus geared, Anyways, the second reason, it has to do with this. So I have been getting, like I have another one right here, but fortunately I got a 430, so I mean that's fine, but let's just say I'm not liking having access to the mechanic where you can cleanse your corrupted items. And I haven't had access to that for a while. That was kind of upsetting me, especially when I was getting items like a ring that had 75 corruption on it. This is my, one. This ring I do have has 35 on it. This has 35 on it. So if I was to put this on, yeah. So yeah, I'm basically saying like I'm wanting to. Oh gosh. Always, it's like come on. I've decided we're going to start the intro. I'm not going to do the entire, I don't think I'm going to do the entire thing. I did show the entire thing on my Shaman and my main playthrough, but I'm also curious to test. Because I did the whole intro on my Shaman character, I heard that you can do it once, and then you can have the option to skip some of the intro stuff on alts, if you want to get your alts up here as kind of a catch-up. So I'm doing this to kind of test that because I'm curious if that's going to work. If so, I'll just do some of the, stuff in the intro that I don't consider very interesting or boring, or kind of boring. Like having to go do the dailies in Old Doom and all that stuff. I was like, ugh. Like, it really doesn't get interesting until, like, Rathian is like, hey, we need to get something to deal with those visions. Let's go to Blackrock and get the cloak, So I'll probably show you the intro because, of course, the cutscene that you're about to see when I talk to Anduin here is a pretty cool intro. And mainly because I just love the fact that Anduin just walked up and just straight up man-punched Rathian in the face to the point where skin came off his cheek. But yeah, I'm wanting to get my 470 cloak because that's going to be nice for my eye level. And, two, so I can be able to have access to the stuff from Mother to be able to cleanse corrupted items and such. So I know this is very out of place in terms of me trying to showcase the story in its linear progression, but I'll try and go back to that. Basically, from what I can tell, because I went ahead and just turned in the Crucible Storms quest to Pike, which was just, hey, turned in, here's some more Azurite power, which I'm already getting closer to 77 now, so that's nice. I don't have the essences other than the one that I showcased during the Crucible of Storms raid, which is a nice tanking essence for the tank spec, basically dealing damage, based on my health and such to nearby enemies and healing for that, which is really nice. Plus, you can see here it provides this buff here, Ammo of Life times 10, which is maximum health increased by 50,000, and the effect is lost if you fall below 35% health. So it's a very nice essence for the tank spec, but obviously when you only have 2 essences and there's many more out there, you're like, oh gosh, I want to go do the other things so I can be able to get more of these essences, Of course, we're gonna have to wait until we do the Nashatar stuff to do that, so yeah. So I'm not sure how much of this I actually want to show you guys. I'm just wanting to kind of get through it. Like, there's a couple parts of it I remember when I did it that was cool. Like, the quest to go to Blackrock Mountain with Rathian to get the, the piece from both Onyxia and Nefarian to turn that into our cloak. I thought that was a cool bit there, sequence. I was not fond of the stuff in Uldum, and that's why I've hardly spent time there. I know you're supposed to go there for dailies and collect the coalescing visions and all that. I know that's what lots of people are doing, like, on a regular basis, and I just have hardly done anything in either Uldum or Vale since it's come out, just because that's not something I'm really interested in doing or having, that I know I'm going to have fun doing. So, I honestly have no idea how much I actually want to show this again, because in my opinion some of this is just not that fun or entertaining. Some of it is important to the story, but like I said, if you want to see the my original showing of it, head on over to my main playthrough of my shaman on the Horde and you'll see it there. Otherwise, well, you'll probably just see some of it, and then the next time I'll probably have my cloak and all that stuff ready to go. So let's talk to Anduin and watch another awesome cutscene.
Sometimes we must fight for what we believe.
You mean to tell me none of your spies have returned? N'Zoth is out there, and we need answers now!
We are doing all we can. Speaker Magni is coming, along with a new advisor. He claims to have information for us.
By the light. A new advisor. Rathian.
Anduin, it's been so long.
Oh, dragons.
I suppose I deserved that.
Oh, you deserve more than that. My father is dead because of you!
And my father is dead because of the old gods.
Lad, he's come to help us.
Nefarian the Earthwarder was once the protector of Azeroth. But N'Zoth turned a noble mind to madness, and now my father is only remembered as Deathwing. And, as I haven't the least desire to share that fate, I've been studying how to avoid it.
Just tell me how to prepare for this attack. Our armies
Will be useless. N'Zoth will strike here. He'll manipulate emotions, get people to act in ways contrary to their nature. You won't be able to trust your senses, your memories, your friends. After all, what is real if our perceptions cannot be trusted? Anduin! Don't you see, old friend? It's already begun.
very well, advisor. Tell us how to stop him.
They just left me out here and didn't even say they were going back inside.
Champion, I apologize for my conduct earlier. I was not myself.
Oh, don't mind me, Anduin. I actually got a kick out of you seeing you just walk up and just straight up punch him in the face like that.
A just cause is always worth fighting for.
It would appear that N'Zoth's corruption is already reaching its way into our minds. We have no time to waste. Go with Magni and Rathian and see what you can uncover. I will ensure that our forces are ready to defend against any attack. Good luck.
You are always welcome in Stormwind.
Well, that was a pleasant reunion. Champion, I will await you in Silithus.
Sorry to spring that on you, lad. But before we go, I have a favor to ask.
Anything, old friend.
I'm gonna be needing my hammer. Our world needs it.
So I do like this. This is a side that we did not see on when we were playing as the Horde. This bit here and how he gets his hammer back.
You've done a great deal for Azeroth, hero, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ask you to do more. N'Zoth is on the loose, and there's no telling when or where he'll strike. This battle is one that you can't face alone. When the time comes, you'll have my hammer at your side. But first, we'll need to fetch it.
Our world must be healed.
Fearbreaker. Though I was honored to have it bestowed upon me, I am relieved that you have come to claim it. I feel I was never able to live up to its legacy. Even Bane thought himself unworthy to wield it.
Nonsense, lad. I wouldn't have given it to you if you didn't deserve it.
No, Magni. Fearbreaker belongs in the hands of a Mountain King.
It almost feels like this could have been one of the artifact weapons from Legion. The ancestral hammer of the Bronzebeard clan. Oh boy, I'm telling you, this is making me want to go to one of my dwarves and get them to 120 and get that rep up so I can show you guys that heritage armor quest line, and then get the heritage armor. Here you go, Magni.
Oh, it'll be good to be back in the action again. Let's get going.
And he's got it back equipped again, along with a different hammer as well.
It's time that we put Rathian's plans into motion. He'll be heading back to the Chamber of Heart, so we should meet him there.
Fight for our world! Oh, it's good to feel the heft of a hammer again. Come, champion. We've got work to do.
And of course, as many have noticed, he just teleports away, doesn't, it's like, okay, Magni, if you can teleport, why can't you open a portal for us? Can I just say, it's... seeing just both Bane and Mela here in Stormwind Keep. I mean, this is awesome. And yet, I feel like I shouldn't get my hopes up. I feel like this is not something I should really get all ecstatic about because of what the devs continue to say when we ask them about getting rid of the faction thing, just like at this past BlizzCon. It feels like this is only temporary, and that's a real shame. But again, I also want to point out, and I've been saying this for quite some time, it's not just Bane here. It's Bane and Mela High Mountain. I'm telling you, they're both High Chieftains of the Bloodhoofs and the High Mountain. These two need to get together. I'm just saying. I'd be surprised and kind of sad and disappointed if those two do not end up together, because it just seems like it just seems perfect, Alright, so let's see. I don't want to use a Hearthstone cooldown for this. So let's just fly back to the Mage Tower and use the portal for Borealis, and then we'll just go into the portal for Silithus, since he just wants us to go back to the chamber. It's always... oh, excuse me. I just had a snack, and I think a piece of it got caught in the back of my throat there. Whew. It's always interesting, when I take a moment to, compare, the layout of things for the Alliance and Horde when it comes to, the portal rooms in Stormwind and Orgrimmar, the portal room here compared to the portal room over in Zandalar, or some of the locations of places. Like, I mean, it's very kind of tight and compact here for Alliance players, which is great. You know that you have your ship right here where you can make your decisions. You have the island expeditions table. You've got the portal room right here. It's all very close, compact together. It makes a lot of things very quick and accessible, and I like that. Now let's compare it to what it's like over here in Zuldazar, where you have the Great Seal here. Then you have to exit and fly all the way down here to the port to get to the Island Expeditions table, the ship if you want to order more troops to go along with your champions. Yeah. I will say the Alliance does have a little bit better of a layout here in Borealis than the Horde does in Zuldazar.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles.
Though I will say there in comparison to the likes of Orgrimmar and Stormwind, there are some things I like and some things I don't like when it comes to both, I just realized I left the portal room and I was just gonna take the other portal. Got caught up in looking, comparing Borealis and such. Alright, back to Silithus and the wound. And I love the music for both areas equally. There are some things that you can absolutely criticize about BFA, but there are certain departments that, of course, continue to do amazing work and have still done good work in this expansion. Like, of course, the art design department, they always do a phenomenal job. The voice acting for BFA has been as good as it has ever been in this game, which,
My
it's
Black
not
Talon
surprising.
operatives have scoured the world to no avail. I wonder. In my research, I came across references to a place called Nyalotha, a sleeping city of numberless crimes, where only dark things walk. But the Void deals in potentials, possibilities. Perhaps this Nyalotha is not so much a physical location on Azeroth, as it is a vision, waiting to be made real.
Whatever it is, we've got to get Azeroth's Titan-made defenses ready. Then you and our champion need to find us a target to point them at. These stones have tails.
Alright, the gang's all here. Let's get started. Unfortunately, we've got no clue where N'Zoth has been lurking since his escape. We do, however, have an idea where he might strike. Back when the Keepers were imprisoning the old gods, they built defense mechanisms against their corruption into the Titan Forges. If N'Zoth wants to corrupt Azeroth, he'll have to go through them first. Fortunately, we've got ourselves hooked up to them now, so we can monitor them from here. Go ahead and take a look.
For Azeroth! Mother has connected the Chamber of Heart to all known Titan facilities on Azeroth. First things first, let's make sure they're all working as intended.
Accessing facility. Designation, Uldir. Facility dormant. Residual old god corruption within acceptable parameters.
Given how much corruption it used to have, I'd say
Accessing
that's good
facility.
news.
Designation, Uldaman. Discs of Norganon intact. Records of unauthorized access not found.
It is not knowledge that N'Zoth seeks. The rise of Nyalotha would erase all that we once were.
By the way, I find it funny that, the Alliance player would do that and probably have no idea what they're talking about when it came to Uldir, because the Alliance never did anything about Uldir. Mother, of course, knows about Uldir because she was there. And it wouldn't surprise me that Magni would know about Uldir and Gahoon, because, well, he's doesn't care about which side. He cares, about Azeroth. He doesn't care about Alliance or Horde. Not anymore, anyway. He probably did back then, but clearly not anymore. So, anyways, I just found that kind of amusing.
Accessing facility. Designation, Ulduar. Forge of Wills currently operational. Communication protocol terminated by Keeper Mimiron.
I suppose he's annoyed we interrupted his work.
Accessing facility. Designation Uldum. Error. Forge of Origination currently inactive.
Inactive? What happened to it?
Unable to determine root cause of deactivation.
I think we can all safely assume what this root cause might be.
This is not good. I speak for Azeroth.
I was hoping that we'd have more time to prepare. It looks like now is the time to act. We've no time to waste. Without the Forge of Origination, Azeroth is left vulnerable to N'Zoth's corruption. Not to mention that it holds a weapon capable of wiping out all life in Azeroth. We'll need to head over to the Forge right away. Mother can hold down the fort here. Hurry on. I'll meet you there.
Remember your duty to Azeroth. Azeroth cries out in pain.
Yeah, so I think this is where I'm probably going to cut off and just do the rest of this off camera. You know. I mean, like I said, you know, the whole thing in Old Doom is just... It was just one of those where it was like, oh gosh, gotta run around and do this, gotta go do this, gotta go do this. Yeah. That's... yeah. So... By the way, just to kind of give you an idea, because of course this is weird, I'm doing this so out of place. This is supposed to lead up to the Alliance apparently spying on the meeting at the Horde, you know, of the Horde at Warsong Hold, where Sylvanas basically brands Bane as a traitor and imprisons him, which of course is going to lead to the event that happens at the end, you know, in the war campaign where we go into Orgrimmar to free Bane. So just kind of give you an idea. So. I'm going to try and get through all this stuff to get the cloak and get access to cleansing corrupted items, you know. Yeah. So,